myself I'd never buy a selfie stick. But this is what they're made for. Firstly, thank you very much for the positive response to my first video. It's completely unappreciated and only really made it for myself and my friends. So the positive comments are hugely appreciated. Thank you. And I'll try to put a bit more effort into this video. It's going to drag on a bit though. So to continue on from my last video, I've been on this thing for about 3 weeks now, and I even made its own little house. Look, isn't that cute? Anyway, continuing on. How would I summarise? This thing is, the whole experience is thrilling, terrifying at the same time, bizarre, it's so strange, and oddly social. I mean, this thing has sparked conversations with neighbours that I've lived next door to for 10 years and I've never spoken to, which is a good thing. And it's only just sinking in the last couple of weeks how, you know, exactly what I've got here, how life-changing this technology is. The power and the distance this thing has. I've been commuting on it. I mean, I've just finished 5 days of work where I'm commuting to a town that's 6 miles away. So 6 miles there, 6 miles back, 5 days on the trot, no problem. Which, incidentally, one leg, 6 miles has taken me about 50 minutes, which is about as far as I'd want to go at this stage. My legs are trembling at the end of it. And I could probably get there and back on one charge, but obviously I'm charging there. So that's just life-changing on its own. You know, I'm getting to work, everyone's plugging in their mobile phones, I'm plugging in my unicycle. How strange is that? I guess it's all about freedom and as much as the fun factor that this thing gives. You know, and if you're a driver like me, and you consider the savings in money here, you know, cars are expensive things, especially in the UK. Not just fuel, but parking charges and tolls and PCNs and all the rest of the shit that comes with a car. With a unicycle, it's just incredible. It's not just the novelty; it's just life-changing tech. Bizarrely, I haven't seen another unicyclist since I've been on this or owned this. Like in the last month or so, I haven't seen anyone else. It's almost like it's my own personal technology, especially where I am. I'm not in central London, but there are people around here that have not just never seen one, but have never even imagined the technology. They don't know what they're looking at. They've seen like a hoverboard Segway thing, but when they look at that, especially when it's not moving, people don't know what they're looking at. And when you're on it, it's like you're some kind of supernatural being, and it freaks people out. People will literally freeze on the spot, or just go wild with excitement, or just react in some base carnal way, which is hugely entertaining for me as well. Especially at night, when I wear a wrist torch, by the way, which I think is much better than a head-mounted torch, because it means I'm not fiddling with it up here, and I'm not blinding people by looking at them, and you know, it's just, for me, it's much easier. So when I'm approaching someone at night, I'll shine it down at the bot, just so that they know what's approaching them. Although they don't know what's approaching them. To them, it's just a silent, glowing shape like a UFO drifting slowly and quietly towards them, which probably actually makes it worse. But and beyond that, coming up behind people is often a chore, because obviously it's silent, which I think is a good thing. And when you're on a narrow pathway and you want to get past someone, you can't. So you know, initially I'm sort of like, and then people turn around and they're like, will jump out of the way. So I took to using a horn, which obviously I didn't really. I'm just kidding. And because of all this, it's become a uniquely personal thing, which I think is probably a USP for unicycles. It is a uniquely personal vehicle. It's not just because of all the learning that's involved, but the whole thing really is a journey. And so far there hasn't been any mindless or brainless or greedy legislation applied to this thing. So you know, now is a great time to be a part of this technology. You know, when I see the police, it's always the same. The coppers will just come along. They'll sort of pull alongside me for a little bit. They'll stare at me. They'll stare at the Ninebot. They'll look at each other. They'll look back at the Ninebot, look forward, and just drive on. Probably making a silent promise between themselves never to mention again what just happened. Probably because they don't know what they're looking at, and they haven't been told how to react to it, and they probably can't be bothered with the paperwork. Or they just don't give a shit. And it sometimes feels weird when you're not on it now. It's probably showing my addiction here, but you know, if I'm walking around, I'll think, oh, this would be a nice spot to ride a unicycle, or if I'm planning a journey, this will be the very first thing that I'll consider. It's almost like you know, you have a personal relationship with it, unless that's just me.
Hey, what's this supposed?
And I've got so many ideas for things to do on this. The potential is incredible, and I'm not talking about all the fancy tricks and stuff, which, you know, I'm not capable of. But I will try to answer some of the questions that I've been asked through experimentation and science. Although it's all been done before and probably better, still, you know, I just want to chip in and hopefully not break my neck in the process. Oh, I'm shattered. So it's a bit like learning to ride a bike for the first time, in that you have to learn a whole new set of physical and sort of balance related skills, but it's not like learning to ride a bike in the sense that it's not just about going forwards and getting on and off. You've got to learn to do all the tricks for your own safety. You need to be able to do an emergency stop and a tight turn. You need to be able to hop up and down things, really, and you need to be able to go backwards, because it's not long before something gets in your way, or something knocks you off, or something scares you, or something blows you off, as in wind, and you need to be ready. So it does pay to learn all the tricks, which I've not been doing, and I've almost come a cropper a couple of times. So I'm fed up with not being able to go backwards. So I'm not going to leave this spot until I've learnt to go backwards, and we'll see how long it takes. Oh, see that? Maybe I just go backwards and nothing else. Hold up. I need something to hang on to, I think. There's too much grass there. Just, I can't work out a way of learning. Do you know what I mean? I suppose it's just the same as getting on it in the first place. I'm going to go that way, right? So, no, come beside me. Whoa! God damn it! How long's it been? Almost an hour? No way. No, we can't leave. I will make it. I will make it across this road before we leave. Oh God. So that's an hour and I can't give it anymore. I'm shattered. I've just pulled my knee, only slightly. And that's a million times harder. I thought you'd better show off, you know. I thought maybe half hour, constant practice, 40 minutes. I thought within an hour I might be able to do a few feet. I'm doing a few feet, but I'm not in control. It's, in many ways, it's as hard or harder than learning in the very first place. And it's frustrating as well, because you're racing around doing all sorts of things, but you can't do something which seemingly is very simple, like going backwards. so I'm pissed off. I can't even work out a way of actually learning it. Certainly small precise movements helps. Learning how to do a quick forward and back on the spot a couple of times, very sharp turns, very slow speeds. If you can master a slow speed, then you're in with a chance. But it really is a steep learning curve. So now it's time for a weight test. On my left I have Pepe, who is the equivalent weight to a matchbox, and to my right Tonka, who is technically unweighable. And we're going to see exactly what this Ninebot can handle. Yeah. I'm sorry it's not pink. How are we going to do this? Okay, do you want to just try jumping on my back? No. Yeah, try it. Right, wait, hang on. I need my arms. So I need to I need to practice hopping. So if I'm on, I need to. So if I'm on there, I need to hop. Stay on. We can do this. Tonka, come over here. I'm gonna go. All right.
No.
Yeah. Wait. Actually, I need to hold on to something. Wait, I've got it. Tonka, come here. Face away. That's it. You stay there. Right, that's it. Okay. Here we go. Right, now, stay there, Tonka. I'm gonna go. Oh. Here we go. Well, it's a little heavy on my knees. There we go. We can do it. I won't be going over any bricks. So I think we're a combined weight of roughly 110 kilos. Maybe a little more with the clothes. Whoa. And the maximum weight limit for the Ninebot is about 120 kilos. How do we get off?
No.
How do you get off? Yeah, you're gonna have to jump. Ready? Right, I think that went quite well. So, now I'm going to attempt to carry Tonka on my back. Right, you need a helmet though, safety. Have you got a helmet? Thank you. You're smart. Helmet on. Okay. Alright, so come around behind me. Jump on the back. Ready? Climb on me. That's it.
That looks so safe as a owner. Totally try that.
Just hang on, Tonka. Just hang on. I'm going to lean forward a bit. Just, get the helmet. Can someone help him with the helmet? Does anyone know what he weighs?
120 kilos. Apparently.
Okay, Tonka. Right, jump on now, go on. That's it. Oh. Right, steady, boy. Just don't panic.
Tonka.
Just hang on to me. Hang on to me. Not my shoulders. Otherwise you'll just slip off. Can you go up a bit? Up. Up a bit. Oh, God. Oh, right. Right. Oh, God. Just hang on. Oh. Right, come on, jump. That's it. That's good. to move. Hang on to my shoulders. Not so tight. Oh, okay. Right. Oh, God. All right, just hang on. Up. Oh, God. Oh. No, I'm all right. Just put me down. I'm all right. Come on. Just tell him to stop. Tonka. No, don't touch that. Put it down. Down. All right, let go. He's got excited. All right, yeah. All right, thank you. I'm going to do a curb test when commuting on this thing and crossing from one side of the road to the other, going up, well, not curbs, but raised driveways. I'm unsure about exactly how high a ridge I can mount on this 9-bot. And it seems quite high. I'm sure I fit 2 inches, but it's very difficult to do out in the street, so I'm going to do it under controlled conditions. I'm going to start with this paving slab, which is about 1 1/4 inches, or more accurately 3 centimeters, which I'm pretty sure the 9-bot will do with ease. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. Wait. Stay on then. Right, and now we will try this lump of wood, which is just shy of 2 inches, just shy of 5 centimeters. It's pretty much 5 centimeters. And it's flipping freezing, by the way. Ooh. Well, with ease, did throw me off, technically. I think if I was going straight, I could have kept going. This is without me preparing for it. Ooh, yeah. So at slow speeds, quite doable. Yeah, really with ease. Admittedly going at slow speed, and I was ready for it. Hitting that out of nowhere would probably throw you off. But did cause it a problem. So now, I didn't think I was going to go much higher, to be honest, but I'm going to try a house brick, which is just over 2.5 inches, or 6.5 centimeters. A little bit worrying. And I'm going to do this without any lift, without changing my posture whatsoever. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Brick? What brick? Oh shit. Right. I'm sure it's going to give you lumps in your tyres. And probably void my warranty now I've put this on the internet, but it just rolled over it. A brick. Okay, can I just see that? So you can see with that last slow-mo there, it actually threw me off but my knees weren't that bent, and I was pushing my luck really, and I was a bit too relaxed, and so 2.5, just over 2.5 inches, it can take really quite easily, as long as you see it coming and you're ready for it and you're going low speed. I wouldn't want to hit that at high speed, because one, it will probably damage the wheel and it's guaranteed to throw you off. However, under the right conditions, it can take 2.5 inches, so I'm wondering what else I can use. Right, that ain't gonna move. Here's something I made earlier. 3 inches, exactly. I know it's not a solid, hard concrete curb, but that's still pretty vicious. And I know this is probably going to end badly, but for the sake of science, it must be done. Here we go. All right, I'm sorry. So, I'm an idiot, and that's clearly a bad idea. However, I still think I can do it. I'm going to do it again with a little bit of lift.
Okay.
Well, at least we know. Stop at 2.5 inches. 3 is just a little bit too much. Oh my god, my heart. Now, because that was so much fun, I'm going to continue this outside and turn it into more of a stunt and see exactly what this thing can handle. For science! Nice and slow first. There. So I'm going to give it a little bit of lift, because I know it can take it, but I want to be a bit kinder on the 9-bot, so I'm going to give it a tiny bit of lift every time I do it. I don't know why this scares me so much. That's 2, that's doable. You got another brick? Here we go.
You okay?
I'm fine.
Okay, do you want to watch Fiona?
Okay, I reckon time for brick number 4. I'm going to stop that there, because I'm not sure what I'm trying to prove anymore, and I'm just going to end up hurting myself or the wheel if I carry on. But basically, bricks up. Tonka. Off of it. Tonka, put it down. 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 Good.
We should all have one really, shouldn't we? Okay, here we go again. Look at that. Why haven't we all got one?
Take care. See you around. It's like out of Star Wars. Right, now it's time for a speed test. I'm going to I'm going to take the Ninebot up to 80 miles an hour as recorded on the app.
Tonka.
I'm going to have a friend follow me in a car, also recording the speed, and I am going to also track it with a GPS and see if it all matches up and see if the comments that the Ninebot app is I don't know what I'm talking about. Speed test. Here we go. Oh, safety first as well. Got my crash helmet. Anyway, yeah, try and keep up.
Yeah. 16, 17,
18. So the trick is in the limited space we've got for me to get up to 80 mile an hour without hitting the tilt back, because I can't, because the tilt back will stay on whilst you're travelling at 18 miles an hour as per the app, which is obviously difficult and dangerous to ride at. So I've got to get there quickly but not go over 18 if possible. Let's do it. Touch 19, 17.4.8, 18. So that was a slightly hair-raising experience because of the tilt back and because I was pushing it really damn hard there to try and maintain at 18 miles an hour in the short distance that I've allowed myself. But hopefully I'll run that a few times and hopefully I've got it. We'll have to match up the data and see what we get. Bloody kids and their toys. I've been riding now for over 100 miles on this thing, and it's occasionally crossed my mind that I've never even looked at the hardness settings. So I've been riding on setting 3 for 100 miles. Yeah.
Is that like a Segway?
A Segway? Not
Yeah.
really. No, it's kind of like the adult version. It's a unicycle. It's called a Ninebot.
How much is it?
It's expensive. Yeah, they cost hundreds of pounds.
Because I've got a Segway.
Do you come from a rich family?
Kind of.
Kinda. Well, you might be able to afford one. You could get the E, which retails at around £600. Segways are a bit cheaper. The
How much
hoverboards.
will go?
I can't. My insurance wouldn't cover it, I'm afraid. I know you look a bit battered already, but
What's
I wouldn't.
insurance? What's
I'm
that?
sure your father would come over and. No, you don't. I couldn't allow it. You might hurt yourself.
How old do you need to be to get that?
Well, it's more like how much money. It's more a case of money really than age. You've got. They're all this size, and they are quite heavy. I'll let you feel the weight. Just quick lift the handle there.
It's not
He's
as
strong.
heavy as my Segway.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Taking it.
Yeah, you're stronger than you look.
It's not as How do you ride that?
Well, initially with great difficulty, and then with balance. Great balance. With great balance comes great fun.
But like, how does it go round?
Well, there's an electric motor in there, and a lot of voodoo, and the two things come together, and boom, you're off. Is this your father? He looks angry.
Huh?
He's inquiring.
There he is, but he's already got it. No, he can't have one.
You said you can afford one. Where was I? Right, so in the riding settings on your Ninebot app, you've got your hardness, and I've had it on 3 the whole time. And when you bring it down to 0, as everyone suggests, the change is just simply remarkable. Now there's no give. When I lean forward or back, the thing hardly moves at all. There's virtually no tilt whatsoever, if any. I'm not sure if there is. And it feels great. I'm not sure if I feel like I'm going to slip off more, but only very slightly. Normally when I lean into it and it gives me that extra bit of give, for some reason I feel a bit more comfortable, but it's probably because I've just done 100 miles on level 3. So just out of interest, I'm going to whack it up to level 9 and see the difference. To make the change, you've got to switch it off and on. Straight away I can feel it. Yeah, now look at it. This ain't safe. It's fun. Whoa, see I've come off. It's fun, but it's all over the place. It's like being on a rubber band. Yeah. So tomato sensory settings 0. I might go with 1. Depends on my mood. Okay, this is the wheel spin test. I've actually done this, but never under controlled conditions, if that's what this is. Definitely span then.
Are you okay?
I'll try to do that again, but whoa, with a little less power. I don't know what that proves. It proves that I don't give a shit about this thing. Come on, Tonga, high five! That's my boy. Hey. So that's the thing, right? Pivoting on the spot. In my quest to go backwards, the hour of which I've already filmed was in many ways absolutely pointless, because there are some fundamental things you need to nail before you can even attempt to start going backwards. There's 4 things really, most of which I've been advised by other helpful Ninebotters, so thank you. I might even link a video. First is the softness setting. I've got this down on 0 now, so little to no tilt. So when you're doing all the minor adjustments you need to make, you're not wobbling all over the place and throwing yourself forward or back. Secondly, you want dry ground, nice dry ground, but because we're in the UK and we all basically live like ducks, I'm not going to have that. Third, you need something to hang on to, if possible, when learning. I don't have that here, but I've been practicing down a few dark alleyways recently where you can just tap the sides so you don't have to keep falling on and off. There's only so long you can do that before someone asks you what you're doing down an alley with a glowing wheel between your legs. And fourth, you need to be able to pivot on the spot like I was just doing then. Once you've nailed that pivot, which I wouldn't say I've nailed, but once you've got that, you're using that when you're going backwards. In actual fact, the 2 things you need to be able to do is the pivot and the pelvic thrust. Without those two things, oh. Milestone. Shoulders and heels. Shoulders and heels. Shoulders and heels. What? Shit! Yeah. Balance. So put your shoulders into it very slightly, and then it almost feels like you're no longer turning with your knees. You feel like you're turning, pressure's all on your heels, and that's where you need to be able to quickly pivot when going backwards with your heels leading. Also, again, the wet, soaking wet, it's raining, my boots are soaked, the pedals are soaked, just makes it all that much harder. Oh, look at that! And the number one tip with all the tricks that you learn on Ninebot, practice on someone else's first. And then when you scratch it a bit, say, well, you shouldn't have put me on it. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry. I meant to do that, see that? Alright. I'm going to stop there for now, and I'm going to give it a few days doing this and see how quickly I can learn. Another day the Ninebot regrets having me as its owner. One of the reasons I went for this one was because it can obviously handle, well, all weather conditions apparently. And this is the third time I've kind of rinsed it off. It still works. Careful of the charge port. It's terrible in the mud, by the way. I guess it's the tyre. Well, it's obviously the tyre. But you can't even, oh, excuse me, you can't even slowly go through mud because it loses the grip and the motor just goes as if when you pick it up, and all it does is just wheel spin and you go off, as you can see. Go. Good as new. You right? Waterproof. And whenever it gets older, people's reactions, people will literally still point and laugh as if their brains have. Right, so the question that's on everybody's minds is riding an electric unicycle the same as riding a unicycle? This is my friend Barry, and this is his unicycle, which was £5 from where?
Car boot sale.
From a car boot sale. A little bit cheaper than my Ninebot. So what we're going to do today is we're going to swap. Barry's never been on an electric unicycle before, have you?
I haven't, no.
And I've never ridden a normal unicycle. So we're going to swap them around, and we're going to see if it's easy or if there's a world of difference between them. So what I normally do is I'm holding it with one hand. I get one foot on, topping on as lightly as you can. If you're going to go, just jump and land on it. If in doubt, leave it and just be safe. Kind of want to stay centre, but if you give it any kind of inclination, you
can't just stand it, can you?
Well, not initially, no. And then it's just very subtle.
As soon as I lean on it, I can feel it trying to push me away.
It's because you're leaning back slightly. See, I never had anyone.
Oh my god!
It's nothing like a unicycle. I can confirm that. Unicycle don't want to run away when you're not thinking. Balance is quite similar once you get going.
And he's only just very gently touching me here.
Yeah, look.
That is impressive.
There he goes!
That was always my question. How do you get off?
Yeah,
It sounds stupid, but you feel trapped on it when you're actually
it's
going.
the same as a unicycle.
So the balance is very similar to a unicycle.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Do we have another go?
You keep going. I mean,
You might not get
I'm a
it
little
back.
bit annoyed, to be honest.
Why?
Did you think he weren't going to be able to do it?
Well, yeah, nobody can. Nobody just gets on and goes.
Oh, sorry. I can't ride a unicycle though, so. Just the turning at the minute, which is always the same on the unicycle.
Yeah.
It takes ages to get the hang of it.
Don't need me anymore.
Oh, I'm waiting till you crash.
So that's easier than a unicycle then, I'm thinking.
Yeah, you
Well,
wait.
actually-
Let's see.
Well, maybe if you spent your whole life on a unicycle, like marrying it.
Oh! Oh!
Are you disappointed? Sorry.
Right, you bought it now.
Thank you.
Oh!
I think I could.
I was kind of hoping we'd both be embarrassed, but I think. Oh God, look! Now I can't even get on.
Again, there's a simple way to get on the unicycle.
Yeah.
You start off with a pedal. If you're even, depends what strong foot you got, but I'm like right footed, so
Yeah.
I'll put that on first. And put that on the weight on there, so it pushes it into your groin.
Okay, yeah.
Then you can just pop onto it.
Right.
And the first thing with a unicycle is you've just got to sit on it.
Yeah.
You don't. It ain't going to try and drive off like that. Part of it about like that. The height matters, but we'll try your legs for that height. If it's too high, we can lower the seat.
Oh, I should have wore a cup.
Well, it's going to cup you, don't worry. It'll give you groin ache. Then you want to try and get see.
Whoa!
Don't try and go. It won't go off.
I didn't try to go. I tried to
It won't go
stop.
off on its own. So you can get your balance.
Oh, okay.
I've got my feet
Right,
on it like
feet
that.
level, yeah.
So you can just sit there and then
Got
you
it.
can get the hang of the balance in.
Got it.
And you can feel your
What?
you feel your centre.
Hey! This is so frustrating.
It is. It took me several weeks to learn to ride unicycle.
Okay, and when I want to go,
You can't. You're not going anywhere, mate.
I'm not going anywhere.
You just got to sit there. When you can feel centred and you can rock the wheel backwards and forwards without feeling looking like you're going to fall off.
I've got weeks, I've got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a bit high because obviously
You want me to lower the seat a little?
Barry's taller than me. Will that help?
Well, not a lot.
What size is the wheel?
20 inch.
20 inch.
Yeah, it's your standard unicycle.
We have got a smaller one. Look.
Oh, look at that one. I came to the right place.
Things you should have done when you was a kid, not waited until you was.
Okay, you're better than that one.
It just gets worse.
Timmy, you can do it.
Go.
Just focus your.
Whoa! Sorry.
Sorry about what?
Well,
My £5.
actually, you've already crashed my.
Oh no, yeah, I've done more damage to that
£900
than what that cost.
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't even sit on it. Look,
Do you
it's
remember?
flying.
Do you remember Barry's
It's like a
old
snake.
cat?
Hey, what do you want to do next?
I want to sit down. It bit me. All right, I give up.
Go.
Right, I'm going to chase him.
I've got iron feet.
Synchronised unicycling.
Yeah.
You'll never catch this.
Oh, for God's sake!
So, I failed. This old technology is most definitely.
I'm going if I dare you. I'm doing that.
What's that?
I'm not ready to go.
I don't know if that's safe, is it?
Show him how to do it, Tom.
Yeah! Yeah!
Holy moly!
Your turn.
Superman!
Superman! I'm not doing that again because
I actually landed so hard, my hands feel like they're about to break.
Yeah, well, be careful. That's why you should always do.
well, that only took about 10 hours. Okay, I wanted to do a perfect one before talking about it. In fact, I've talked about it enough already, but it's finding a method of learning and then sticking at it. This is me after probably 10 hours on and off over several weeks, to the point where you get so frustrated with it you have to stop. So every journey I'll just for 10 minutes just do a little bit of backwards, put a few more dents and scratches in it, embarrass myself a little bit and then move on. You've got to stay calm, you've got to be very calm. Remember to bend the knees, because you can't make fast movements when you're doing it. You need to be able to, but when you're going forward, you can afford to make all the fast movements, but when you're going backwards, it's got to be so controlled. I was actually better than this the other day. Honestly. Okay. That is a number of weeks just to get there, and I'm still not in any real control. I mean, I am. I'm staying upright, but it's more like I'm just managing to balance on something that is kind of doing its own thing. I don't know how long it will take to get to the point where I can go backwards through some cones, for example, but whilst going forward is difficult enough, you can feel that steady progression. With this, it's a struggle. So it's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. So I've gone knee first into a concrete wall this morning. I don't know how either, to be honest. I was going up a ramp and going too fast, lost control and went straight into a concrete wall, kind of knee and 9-bot first, and obviously it looks like I've got a tennis ball under there or something. I wasn't wearing any knee protection, so learn from my mistakes. So this is what I would normally be wearing: football style knee pads and elbow pads, which obviously you wear underneath your clothing, which I much prefer. It's more discreet and more comfortable, as long as you don't care about your actual clothing, because obviously that's going to hit the ground first. Bicycle helmet, which I don't like. I normally wear just a thick hat, if anything, which I'll probably end up regretting one day when my head cracks like an egg. One thing you really want to get right are the gloves, because most of the time, if you're falling and you're not hurting yourself, you're still using your hands. So gloves are obviously so important. Something tough, tactile, and even when you're not falling, you're grabbing hold of a fence or a post or something, or a lamp post or a human, and you need to protect your hands, because you can easily just scrape fingers when you're going at speed, or even not. So gloves for me are number one. I might add that I'm used to falling. I fall a lot just in the kind of stuff I do, the training and work. So I am quite comfortable with going down. However, falling off a unicycle is often the unicycle's idea and not yours, or something in between. And unfortunately, I'm not the only thing that's broken. I've torn the handle off, which happens, apparently. I didn't do this at the same time. This was actually yesterday, practicing going backwards, and I've just got a bit cocky and I've flipped it out, and it's span and it's hit the floor hard, and it's just torn the handle off. I don't know how, because it was obviously going on behind me. The handle was getting loose to begin with, I must admit, from me mishandling it. I had a couple of mil at least of movement there, which it definitely didn't happen in the first place. Probably for two reasons. One, me treating it like a piece of shit and chucking it all over the place, and the other, lifting it wrongly. One of the best tips that I've had that I've clearly ignored is not to lift it at the end. You've got to lift it down to the base of the handle, so as not to put any excess strain on it. And these are 90 quid, which I didn't realise. So that's a sting. And you need to buy the whole unit, there's no way around it, and it's quite an involved repair as well, as far as I understand. So, learn from that mistake as well. At least I guess I know what my next video will be about, once I can actually walk again. So what will I do with my life now?
And it seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind.
Whoa!
It's alright.
Wear a beanie to protect
That'd be
your
very
hair.
cool. Yeah, I should be wearing a hat, you're right.
Like his orange hair.